Have you ever asked yourself why some people seem to embrace life's challenges while others crumble under its weight? It's a question that has puzzled philosophers and scholars for centuries. Life is a roller coaster of highs and lows, moments of joy interspersed with times of struggle. For some, the highs are fleeting, while the lows seem to linger, casting a shadow over their existence. This is a reality for those grappling with depression and mental health challenges. But what if there was a way to shift our perspective, to find a sense of peace, even in the midst of struggle? Enter Amor Fati, a Latin phrase that translates to "love your fate." It's an ancient philosophy that champions the idea of embracing all of life's experiences, the good and the bad, with love and acceptance. Today, we will delve into Amor Fati, a powerful philosophy that can potentially transform your perspective on life. Depression, a word we often hear, but do we really understand what it means? It's more than just feeling down or having a bad day. Depression is a serious mental health condition that affects how we feel, think, and handle daily activities. It's not a character flaw or a sign of personal weakness, and it's definitely not something you can just snap out of. Depression is like a cloud that hangs over your head. It's this heavy weight that makes even the simplest tasks seem daunting. It's the constant feeling of emptiness, the lack of motivation, and the overwhelming sense of hopelessness. There are countless myths surrounding depression. Some people think it's just an excuse for laziness or a cry for attention, but let's clear that up. Depression is not a choice. It's a complex interplay of genetic, biological, environmental, and psychological factors. Depression doesn't discriminate. It can affect anyone, regardless of age, gender, race, or social status. And it's more common than you might think. According to the World Health Organization, more than 300 million people worldwide suffer from depression. That's nearly the entire population of the United States. One of the most important things to remember is that it's okay to seek help. It's okay to admit that you're not okay. Talk to someone you trust about what you're going through. Reach out to a mental health professional. There's no shame in needing support. Remember, everyone's battle with depression is different. What works for one person may not work for another. It's a journey, and it's okay to take it one step at a time. Depression can make you feel isolated, but you're not alone. There are countless others out there who understand what you're going through, and there are countless resources available to help you navigate your way through this storm. So let's break the silence. Let's break the stigma. Let's start the conversation about mental health. Depression isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you've been strong for too long. Now, imagine if we could look at life's challenges not as burdens, but as opportunities for growth. This is where Amor Fati comes into play. Amor Fati, a Latin phrase that translates to love of fate, is a concept that has permeated philosophy for centuries. It's a mindset that encourages us to stop resisting the natural flow of life, but instead, to accept and even love our fate. This idea is not about surrendering or giving in to despair. It's about recognizing that every experience, whether filled with joy or steeped in sorrow, is a part of our unique journey. It's about understanding that the tapestry of our lives is woven from threads of all colors, both dark and light, and each one contributes to the beauty of the whole. It's about embracing the complexities of life, the highs and the lows, the triumphs and the failures, because it is often in our greatest struggles that we find our greatest strengths. The concept of Amor Fati has roots in ancient philosophy, specifically Stoicism. The Stoics believe that we cannot control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we react. They taught that by accepting and loving our fate, we become resilient, able to weather life's storms with grace and dignity. Amor Fati encourages us to view every moment, every circumstance, as something to be embraced, not resisted. It teaches us to find beauty in the struggle, wisdom in the pain, and growth in the hardship. It's a call to love life in its entirety, with all its twists and turns, its ups and downs. In adopting this mindset, we cultivate an inner strength that helps us navigate through life, not with a sense of dread or despair, but with acceptance, courage, and love. Remember, it's not about avoiding the challenges life throws at us. It's about meeting them head-on, embracing them, and using them as stepping stones on our path to growth and self-discovery. In the words of Friedrich Nietzsche, Amor Fati, love your fate, which is in fact your life. So, how can we apply Amor Fati to our lives, especially when dealing with depression? Well, let's get practical, shall we? The first step is to understand that Amor Fati is not just a concept or a philosophy, but a way of life. It's about embracing everything that comes our way, the good, the bad, and the ugly, with love and acceptance. Here are a few ways you can incorporate Amor Fati into your daily life. 1. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, acknowledging your feelings and thoughts without judgment. When you're depressed, it's easy to get caught up in a whirlwind of negative thoughts. By practicing mindfulness, you can observe these thoughts from a distance, without letting them overpower you. This is the first step towards accepting your fate. 2. Reframe your narrative. Often our suffering is exacerbated by the stories we tell ourselves. We can choose to see our depression as a debilitating condition, or we can view it as a part of our journey, a chapter in our book. This doesn't mean you have to love your depression, but rather you acknowledge it as a part of your life experience. 3. Practice gratitude. Yes, you heard it right. Even in the midst of depression, there are things to be grateful for. It could be as simple as a warm cup of coffee, a beautiful sunset, or a comforting song. By focusing on what's good in your life, you can start shifting your perspective from despair to hope. 4th, seek support. Amor Fati is not about suffering in silence. Reach out to your friends, family, or a mental health professional. Share your struggles, your fears, and your hopes. You'll be surprised at how much strength you can draw from the love and support of others. And finally, be patient with yourself. Applying Amor Fati to your life doesn't mean that your depression will disappear overnight. It's a journey, a process of acceptance, and it takes time. Be gentle with yourself. You're doing the best you can. So, to sum it up, Amor Fati is about embracing life in all its complexities. It's about acknowledging your struggles but not letting them define you. It's about finding strength in acceptance and hope in despair. And most importantly, it's about loving your fate, because it is, after all, your life. Remember, Amor Fati isn't about ignoring your struggles. It's about acknowledging them and finding strength in acceptance. So, can Amor Fati be the key to overcoming depression? We have journeyed through the twists and turns of this question, and now, as we stand at the precipice of our discussion, the answer seems clearer than ever before. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've uncovered. We started by unraveling the complex tapestry of depression, understanding that it's not merely a state of mind, but a battle fought in the trenches of our psyche. Then we introduced the concept of Amor Fati, an ancient philosophy that urges us to embrace our fate, to love our life, not in spite of the hardships, but because of them. Indeed, Amor Fati isn't about denying our struggles or painting over our pain with a veneer of positivity. Rather, it's about acknowledging our challenges, staring them down and saying, "You are part of my story, and I will not let you define me. I will learn from you, grow through you, and find a way to love you." By applying Amor Fati to our lives, we're not claiming that depression will magically disappear. What we're saying is that it's possible to find a sense of peace and acceptance in the midst of our battles. It's about finding the courage to say, "This is my life, these are my trials, and I choose to love them." But remember, embracing Amor Fati is not a solitary journey. Reach out to friends, family, therapists, or support groups. Allow them to share your burden, to lend you their strength when yours wanes. There's no shame in seeking help, and there's no greater act of courage than admitting you need it. So as we conclude, let's remember, Amor Fati is not a quick fix, but a lifelong commitment to loving our lives in their entirety, the good, the bad, and everything in between. It's about finding the strength within us to say, "I am not my depression. I am more than my struggles. I am a warrior, and this is my battle to fight." Embrace your fate, love your life, and remember, it's okay not to be okay. Reach out, seek help, and never lose hope. Your story matters, and so do you. Before we wrap up, we have a small request. If you found value in this video, if it resonated with you or made you see things in a new light, we encourage you to share it with others who might also benefit from it. Depression is a battle that many face, but it's a battle that can feel less daunting when we realize we're not alone. By sharing this video, you're not just sharing a message, you're sharing hope. And if you enjoyed our content and want to stay updated with our latest videos, don't forget to hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your engagement helps us reach more people and keeps us motivated to produce more content like this. As we end today's video, let's remember, you're not alone in this journey. Let's spread the message of Amor Fati far and wide and help others embrace their fate, love their life, and find strength in their struggles. Thank you for your time, And remember, your story matters, and so do you.